Okay, so something else you can do to make the game a bit more complex, a bit more challenging, is to add a points element to it. Okay, so in my game I had, when we touch the end, you get 100 points, so whenever you find a bit of treasure and you go over it, then you get 10 more points, or something like that. So to do that, you need to create a variable. Okay, so I'll just delete this variable, delete score, so we can make a new one. So we're going to make a variable. Now, a variable, it can be a timer, it can be points, it can also be health, so you can have a health bar, but we'll start off with this one. So we come into variable, and we're just going to call it score for this sprite. Okay, so now I need to set them, so I need to set, that's it, whenever I start I need to set the score to 0. Okay, so I'm going to set the score to 0 just to make it fair, just to make it simple. Okay, so therefore, we don't have the score continuing on game after game. The next thing is that we need to actually increase the score. So it's a bit like these ones we've got here. So whenever you click this, forever if you're doing something, do something else. So forever if we are touching, we could have B, so we could be touching a B. So forever if you're touching a B, you want to increase the points. Or if you've got a little bit of treasure, forever if you're touching the bit of treasure, then you increase the score. But I'm just going to program the green one. Okay, so forever if we're touching this green area, which I want to be the finish line, I want to increase the points by, I'm going to change score, and we'll change score by positive 50. So if we're touching that green, we're going to go up by 50. Okay, and so that'll work. So now if the green flag is, if the game is working, if he touches the green color, he goes up by 50. But what will happen, I shan't go through the whole maze because that will take me a long time, but what will happen if I come here, what will happen is if he's just touching it, he'll go up by 50. So if he's touching it for 5 seconds, that'll already 250 points you've got. So you need to make sure that you quickly turn off that, or you need to hide that color, or you need to change that. So a little bit of a hint. We've got some hides and some shows here. Okay, exactly the same. Even more important for the little bits of treasure. And of course, this treasure I had was just different sprites. So I think, where's my plate of my fruit platter? That's what I had, and you can make your fruit platter a bit smaller. So now you can program it. So whenever he's touching the fruit platter, so forever if he's touching our sprite 3, which is our fruit platter, then you're going to increase by the points. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to tell it to hide once that's been done. If not, the score's just going to keep adding, and also you're going to need to make sure it shows at the beginning of the game.